Thank you.
Looking out for you.
Well, stats don't tell the whole story, but I will say this, 20 assists makes you a really good offensive team when you pass the ball, and we passed the ball tonight. I thought one of the best things we did offensively was we pushed the ball the best we pushed it all year long. We got it up the floor, and, the fast break points, I guess that's accurate, but even when we didn't get a layup, we moved the ball before they could get set, and, we're in attack mode, which moving forward, this team needs to do in order to be a much, a better offensive team. Not pleased with giving up 17 offensive rebounds. Obviously, that's the negative stat over there. Again, my estimation, we should have held them under 50, but it's hard when you're up big sometimes to keep the concentration level and don't make excuses for them. We've got to learn to do that too, because it bites you. The other thing that it's obvious is, you're 11 for 20 from the free throw line. We can't, in a tight game, we can't. It's bitten us twice, and we got tomorrow. I told them they're all shooting 100 free throws. I know that we won't. We'll be tired, and there'll be things that we can't do. That's one thing we can do is stand there on the free throw line and shoot free throws. So we will do that tomorrow.
You have to make 100 or just shoot 100?
I like that. We'll make 100. They're going to hate you, and I'm going to tell Bill.
I'll be there all day.
I'll be there a while. Coach, do you realize, I think we determined this is like the 4th best shooting percentage from the field in school history. How does that register with you, or what does that mean, if anything?
Well, you're going to have some nights when the ball goes in, and like we talk to them about it all the time, it's the nights when the ball doesn't go in that you got to learn to win anyway. You got to find a way to win anyway. On the nights it goes in, you're going to win by a big margin. On the nights it doesn't go in, you got to be able to squeak it out and win anyway. I looked down. I was getting ready to get really, really mad at halftime because I had no idea we shot the ball really that well. It just doesn't register with me. I'm looking at we only got 5 offensive rebounds. And I'm looking at the stat. I go, we only got 5 offensive rebounds. I'm getting ready to go blow them out. And I realized, no, we only got 2 offensive rebounds at halftime. I realized we only missed 5 shots. And I'm going, that's 40%. That's pretty good. And Chuck was out on the radio, and I did it again. Chuck's on the radio. He's talking about it. I said, we got to get to the offensive glass. We got to be better at it. And I looked down. We got 9 out of 18 missed shots. That's 50%. That's even better. That's pretty good. But again, the defensive rebounding is something that's just inexcusable. And they were at about 40%. I don't know what that works out. It's close to 40%. We got to have teams down in 30s and 20s, and need to be down in the high 20s to low 30s. That's where you want them to be. And but first half we were giving up penetration, which means rotation. Tay was going to block the shot, and his guy was getting it. And I think they had 2 possessions where they got 3 rebounds, which counted 2 possessions. They got 6 offensive rebounds. But having said that, we can't give those up. We just can't give those up.
Does it help to have a game like that? I don't know if relaxing is the right word, but not so much tension, and, not the meat grinder kind of game. This time of year.
Well, I think it's good for their confidence.
Yeah.
It's good for their offensive confidence. Hey, we step up and make shots. But tonight, we didn't settle for a semi-contest. We had a couple, but that was it. We didn't settle for semi-contested or semi-open jump shots. We drove the ball. We were on the attack. We were more like we always say we would like to play like the Spurs, which is you get a guy running at you and you drive the close out. Then the next guy rotates and you pass it, and that guy gets a guy rotating at him, which is a pretty good shot. But rather than take that one, you drive that close out, and now you get a guy that's got nobody standing close to him, or you get a dump off for a layup and that. We were better about that tonight of multiple attacks off the dribble, which got us layups inside, got us open shots, and then we threw the ball inside, and the big guys delivered and got fouled.
Shaq talked about how he not playing a whole lot because of the flagrant foul the other night in Houston. He wanted to kind of make amends for that with his play. Did you see that from him coming from the get-go, that he was going to make that conscious effort?
Well, you know, I mean, I had a talk with him today and just said, hey, tell you, look, you gotta play, man. You gotta play. You gotta come out and you got from the minute you walk on the shoot around today, you gotta be focused. You gotta be a team leader. They gotta look at you and say, Tay's locked in. He did, and he played well. And you know, we got to have that out of him the rest of the way. You know, I don't expect him to get 20 every night, but I expect him to play well every night. And we've got to, you know, he's got to do that. Our best players have got to play to their potential the rest of the way if we're gonna, you know, if we're gonna keep winning.
You've been trying to get these guys in terms of fast break to pass the ball ahead and push the tempo all year. Was there something maybe in that Houston game where it worked a couple times? They got it ahead to Shaq, and it led to a couple layups, or maybe the light went on for them.
Well, we've been trying to work on it. I mean, we've been trying to work on it. We've been doing some drill work that makes us push the ball. And we put 11 seconds on the clock from the time you get it to get down there to get a shot up. We do some things that are trying to, you know, we got to keep doing it. We got to keep doing it without turning it over.
Is it starting to set in for them maybe that, hey, this offensive thing's a little bit easier when you beat the defense down the floor?
You hope it does. You know, we keep telling them you hope it does. Playing against set defense, playing against our set defense is no fun. You know, I mean, Central Florida in the second half, they were trying as hard as they could to push the ball and run it down our throats because they didn't want to play against the half-court defense because they weren't getting anything.
You look beyond no further than one game, I know, but do you feel better about NCAA tournament at this point, or are you?
I'm talking about Tulane. Nothing else. Nothing else matters.
How
Beat
about-
Tulane.
Well, and obviously they beat you, so what does that do in terms of motivation?
Well, I mean, if you can't, you know, a team came into your home court and beat you on the last second buzzer, if you can't get ready to play against them, we probably got some guys that need some heart monitors, I would think. I mean, I'm not, I want to beat them. I know that. I really want to beat them. Okay, and I think our guys to a man do. But, you know, all the rah-rah talking about it, get them back, all that payback, all that. When that ball goes up in the air, you better be ready. You better be ready to be the Bearcats, which is physical, tough, hard playing, never giving in. If we do that, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. But beyond Tulane, I ain't worried about nothing beyond beating Tulane. That's all we're worried about is beating Tulane come Saturday.
That's a tough place to play, too.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, I mean, they're capable at home, and they've had some good wins, and they got 3 guards that can throw it in.
Anything else?
The first half, you've been talking about getting the guys more intense, coming out with a better focus. Was there anything different tonight, or did they just focus? Did they lock in on that?
Again, we talked about it. We put it up on the board. We talked about it. And don't turn the ball over in the first 10 possessions. Try not to turn it over. Let's get a shot. We'll go rebound if we miss it. And let's push the ball. Let's push the ball. Let's not walk it up in the first 10, which we did. We did, but you know, better job. We got out and ran. And what happens to you too is when the ball goes through the hoop on a layup. I'm a big believer when you get a couple layups, it makes the jump shot easier. And when any old school guy that plays will tell you, like if you're struggling shooting, go get fouled, get to the free throw line and make 2. Then you see the ball go through, and then you'll probably make your next jump shot. Same way, you get off the snide and we get some layups, we get some easy shots. Okay, then there's not pressure on that jump shot so much. One guy makes one, less pressure on the next guy to shoot one. So yeah, we made the conscious effort to say, hey, let's push the ball. We got to push the ball tonight. And then the big thing was, look, don't turn it over. Let's not turn it over in the first 10 possessions.
Thanks, Coach.
Shaq,
Damn, bro.
did you guys maybe look back at that Houston game and realize we can get out on the run more, we can make offense a little bit easier, push tempo, and did it maybe start to set in with that game that it can work for you guys?
Yeah, we just came out and tried to be aggressive and just push the ball more and just get more points in transition, basically.
And how much better does that suit your game? How much more comfortable does it make you?
A lot, just get out in transition. But with him and Troy and Farad and Troy, just get out in transition and just run.
Do you guys have more confidence in growing in him now, knowing he's going to get out on that wing and give you guys an outlet and attack?
Yes, definitely. He's very good in the open court. So anytime we can get the ball ahead to him and let him attack, it's good for our offense.
Octavius, after the Houston game getting ejected out, did you just say tonight you're gonna make it up and just play like a monster tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the Houston foul, it was just heat of the moment, you know. I didn't want him to get a layup, and I didn't know that I was gonna push him that hard, but it's part of the game. It is what it is.
Do you find yourself having to check yourself during a game and making sure you keep that?
I'm just an intense guy, like all the time. So I just did a bonehead play at the wrong time. So that's what it was.
What did it mean something a little bit more for you to make sure that tonight there wasn't any of that?
Yeah, I knew what I should have did. I didn't want, like I said, I didn't want to give him a free layup, so I couldn't get to him in time to block it, so I just pushed him. I didn't try to push him. Well, I didn't push him. He was a thin guy like me, you know. Both of us probably the same size, lift the same amount of weight, but he did.
He's not Justin McBride.
Yeah, he did.
What was it like for you guys to get kind of an easy, less tension game after what you've been through recently?
It felt good for us. We've been in some tough games, and for us to get out early and kind of like coast through it, and our offense was going really well, so it felt a lot better today.
Octavius, when I talked to you yesterday, you said if we could get off to a start like we do in the second half, we'd be really good. You did exactly that tonight.
Yep, that's exactly what happened today. We came out with a lot of energy today. Like the second half, like I said, second half, we came out like that today.
Is that something you guys have talked about a lot, is getting off to a better start?
Yeah, coach tells us that all the time.
Yeah. Why were you able to do that tonight? You think just shots started falling early and you got the momentum?
Yeah, momentum came early. Yeah.
Shaq, what about you? Another double-figure scoring night. You seem to be in the flow a little bit more when you get in transition. Just the style of play helped you the last couple of games?
Yeah. I just been trying to just be aggressive while I'm out there and just be in attack mode at all times, basically.
Farad, you met McBride on like it might have been a pick and roll. Man, how you feeling after that?
That's actually what I try to do. Whenever you're a big guy going a hard blitz off the screen, you try to get into their body, draw a foul. So I had to take the hit. It was a big hit.
Yeah.
Pretty tough. I had to blank a couple of times, make sure I knew where I was.
You didn't get the smell sauce out, so you were good.
Yeah.
What were you guys trying to do on offense? It seemed like you passed really well, like you did everything really well. Anything different, any different approach or anything? A little more transition, or just can you put your finger on anything?
Probably just playing together as a team, or just passing the ball and be more as a team. Because we got good guards and good big men, so we just try to get on transition. In a half court, we just try to pass the ball more and get everyone involved.
That must feel really good after some of the games you've had and struggled to score so much.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah.
You guys one win away from 20. That has to put you feeling pretty good about the NCAA tournament. Could you comment on that a little bit? What you need to do from here out and how that feels?
Yeah, we just taking one game at a time. Each game we're looking at it as like a one-game championship. So once we get every win we get, it's a good step towards the NCAA tournament.
Does it feel good to maybe look ahead and see that you get that Tulane game again so quickly after what happened to go down there and hopefully give them a little payback?
Yes, definitely. We're looking forward to that game. We know they'll be ready, being that they're at home, and we feel like they took a game from us that we really needed, so we have to go down there and play how we played today.
Is it different because it's so fresh? Usually there's a month in between seeing somebody twice, but that was 2 weeks ago.
I mean, it's better for us because we get to play them again faster and erase what happened the last time.
Anything else?
Thanks.
Howdy.